don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Seatbelt.
I'm
opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening
off
the door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone? Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Terence Crawford arrested after the celebration of his great victory over Canelo Alvarez. Y'all already know Terence Crawford became a 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, had a celebration, had a parade. The whole city of Omaha, Nebraska was out there celebrating. And then in the nighttime, police pulled guns on him, arrested him, and it seems kind of strange, man. He just got the keys to Omaha, Nebraska. And
he was an aggressive fighter. One thing you can't cheat, and that's time.
Canelo wasted no time firing back, mocking Crawford with a sly jab. What happened now? You were celebrating after beating me, and today you're in handcuffs. What do you have to say now? A brutal reminder of pride turned into downfall.
Bro, I got a crazy clip to show you guys right now. But isn't that a policeman holding a gun to the 3-time undisputed world champ Terence Crawford's head? What did he do that was so bad that you had to pull him over and put a gun to his head? Look. They're asking him to get out of the car right here, bro. And the whole time Terence Crawford is telling him, is that really necessary?
And just when Canelo's words shook the room, Floyd Mayweather's reaction made the fire burn hotter. Mayweather didn't mince words, throwing Crawford straight under the bus. Floyd snapped, "When you play dirty, the truth always catches you." That statement set the tone. The arrest wasn't just shocking, it was a brutal reality check for Crawford's image.
No,
and then let's tell the world.
I mean, I side with you on this ultimately.
Oh, no.
I'm not really,
And then come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, this guy was cheating. He was fighting.
But just when Floyd's words stung the hardest, Canelo was asked for his raw reaction. Canelo's tone carried calm confidence, brushing aside the chaos. For him, Crawford's arrest wasn't a shock, it was confirmation. The Mexican superstar's composure showed why he stays on top, focused on boxing, not excuses, not distractions.
I'm just to see how it feels.
Oh, a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know why. I tell my team, next time they ask.
And then Gareth A. Davies stepped in to highlight the legal mess behind the headlines. Gareth Davies revealed the inevitable. Crawford's already lawyering up. It painted a grim picture instead of training camps and big fight buildups. Bud is busy with legal defense. Fans are left questioning whether his focus will ever return to the ring.
And I think he's already had lawyers for his scenario, for his situation. They've represented him. I did read briefly earlier that he did have representation from a legal.
The scene sounds like something out of a movie. Crawford at gunpoint, cops shouting orders, confusion over a weapon. But instead of fight camps and headlines for glory, Bud's name is tied to police sirens and flashing lights. It's a bad look, period.
Story is that he got held at gunpoint, right? The cop pulled out his gun when Bud was in his seat and he told him, get out the vehicle. And Bud said, I'm not reaching for no gun. Apparently there was a gun in the floorboard or something like that, which honestly, I don't know if he saw it or he didn't see it.
Frank Warren went straight for the jugular, calling out lies and deception in the sport. And with Crawford's name caught up in legal noise, it feels like deja vu. Fans who once trusted his every word are now doubting his every move.
They absolutely get caught out lying, out and out lying and conning the public. Documents signed by them, which as I say, are subject to litigation.
But when the mic turned back to Canelo, he gave a cold, clear-cut reaction. Canelo's reply was ice cold, focused, unbothered, and razor sharp. While Crawford scrambles with excuses and lawyers, Canelo's message was simple. I know my path, I don't need opinions. That's the difference between a champion and a man in crisis.
Big. And two of the best pound for pound. And I think this fight is huge and means a lot for me.
When did you realize, when did the moment hit you that this fight can really, really be big? This fight can really be a major fight that a lot of people are looking to see. When did you know that?
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try.
Johnny Nelson nailed it. Pride cuts deeper than punches. Crawford's arrogance is now crashing into reality, and that sting of humiliation might hurt worse than any jab Canelo ever threw. When you boast too high, the fall is always harder.
Yesterday he said, I don't want a big on my face. I've got to get a job done here. So after the things he said the last time, he knows he probably mugged himself off. I think that probably hurt him more than anything.
Duke didn't hold back. For him, handing back a license is the closest thing to an admission of guilt. Twice caught, twice exposed, and the excuses don't cut it. In his eyes, Crawford's credibility is finished, and maybe his career too.
He's done. Now, the fact that he's given back his license to the British Boxing Board of Control, who in my opinion are the best governing body in the world, bar none, it's kind of like a proof of admission, certainly. And for him to do what he's done, you know, they're talking about contamination, right? So if you've done it once, then you got caught out, then you do it again. It can't be contamination, can it? Because he's been caught twice for doing the same thing. So if it was me, take his license away.
Johnny Nelson jumped back in with more tough words. Nelson pointed to the chaos around it all, fresh news, public shock, and unanswered questions. An inquiry might be on the horizon, but the damage to Crawford's reputation is already done. Scandal spreads fast, and this one is global.
There is going to be, there needs to be an inquiry straight after this, why, what. But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place anyway. But all I can say is he passed the UK one.
Duke hit an emotional note here, calling it not just a sporting disgrace, but a betrayal of family and legacy. For fighters, respect and honor matter more than belts, and in Mackenzie's view, Crawford has stepped on both.
Performance, it's just wrong. In my book. You know what, I also think that, you know, what he's done, it's like a slap in the face for his dad.
And then came more heated opinions from Oliver and Jordan. Spencer Oliver's stance was ruthless but necessary. Boxing cannot afford leniency when it comes to failed tests. His no second chances argument cuts straight to the heart of the sport's integrity, showing that only tough consequences can force fighters to respect the rules.
Yeah, listen, I've always been strong on that. I've always been strong on the fact that I don't believe in giving them a second chance.
You're basically saying, no 3 strikes and you're out.
No 3 strikes
and you're out. No. One, you fail a test and gone ski.
Absolutely, because I just believe then that moving forward, people would think twice about doing it. If they think, well, you know what, I'll get a second chance anyway, you know.
And Frank Warren's reaction only fueled the fire further. Frank Warren's words carried a tone of frustration, dismissing any notion that this fight could survive the chaos. He highlighted the madness behind lawsuits and endless drama, calling it a non-runner, a fight poisoned before it even reached the ring.
Let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward. And some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, you know, the board being sued and something, and so forth, is just a non-runner. It's crazy. I mean, the fact...
Stephen A. Smith tapped into the heart of every boxing fan's fear, being cheated of a fair fight. His demand for respect wasn't just about skill, but about seeing power and brilliance clash at the highest level, without excuses, without shortcuts.
Very powerful individual who can get exposed by a boxer because every shot he throws, he's trying to make it a power shot.
The image painted here is haunting. Terence Crawford, a world champion, treated not like an icon, but like a dangerous criminal. Counterpunch's narration exposes the raw tension of that moment. Guns drawn, handcuffs snapping shut, and the haunting excuse of feeling threatened. For fans, it was a surreal reality check, a reminder of how quickly glory can crumble into disgrace. The scene wasn't just about law enforcement, it was about perception, power, and the shocking fall of a man once seen as untouchable. This wasn't boxing anymore, this was a nightmare unfolding in real time.
They still kept the gun drawn on Terence Crawford and pulled him out of the car and put handcuffs on him. Now, the question you ask yourself is, why did you feel that way? Well, the excuse was they felt threatened.
At this stage, the storm around Terence Crawford isn't just about a fight inside the ring, it's about his reputation, his legacy, and the brutal spotlight that comes when personal battles spill into the public eye. From Floyd Mayweather's cutting remarks to Gareth Davies' legal insight, from eyewitness tension to Canelo's responses, every angle of this saga paints a picture of a champion caught between triumph and turmoil. Fans now wonder, is Crawford mentally strong enough to rise from this chaos? Or has this episode shaken his armor for good? Boxing is as much about the mind as it is about fists, and right now, the mental edge could decide everything. So I'll leave it to you. Do you still back Crawford to come out stronger? Or do you believe this scandal will leave permanent scars? Drop your thoughts below. The debate starts here.